So happening right now, it is the fire type weeks. Also the release of Vulpix and Ninetales, which noticed a decrease in the amount of ingredients. Holy shit, the wingspan of that bird. The girls in these animes are bold. They're go-getters. If you guys are into horror movies, hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to the channel. It is Monday and it is the start of fire type week, so very exciting. I am at Taupe Hollow already, so I'm wondering, does this count for, like, will I be able to find a Vulpix on the sleep session, or will it not count? I'm pretty sure it doesn't count. Yeah, now that I think about it, not likely. But who knows, we'll see. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. So during my weekend, I did not find anything good, so no Pokemon haul to show you guys. And it seems like I have 8 Pokemon that showed up, a full spawn. And let's see what it is. Oh, it's Quilava. We got an Eevee there, Rattata, Raticate, and a Tummy Rub Sleep Charmander. We also got a Dugtrio there. So I'm going to pick up that Charmander. I am tempted to pick up the Eevee as well, but we have a goal in mind for this week, and that is fire type Pokemon. This is the second Quilava I found, I think, so I have 2 sleep styles uncovered for it. So I'm just missing 2 and 3. So on very rare occasions, you'll see flames on its back blaze brightly while it sleeps. I wonder if that's going to be one of the sleep styles. It seems that no matter how high the flames burn, the fur covering Quilava's body... Whoa, did you guys see that? There was like this little animation where the blue meets the white, and there was just something like fading into the background. But yeah, no matter Quilava's body absolutely never catches fire. That gave us a lot of dream shards, like 3k dream shards from that find. Alright, so it is snack time. And I do not have my bonus biscuit because I use it for my nap session. Yesterday's nap session, which found nothing. But I think I'm just gonna leave it at 1 biscuit. Probably take another nap today, or just save that bonus biscuit for tomorrow morning instead. So I'm gonna leave it at Quilava because I'm sure plenty of you are trying to find a Cyndaquil. So it's gonna be like the flavor of the week. Cyndaquil, Vulpix, a good Charmander if you have not yet. I have around like 3 usable Charmanders, like good Charmanders. They're not like A tier, S tier or anything, but they get me by. So happening right now, it is the fire type week. So as a reminder, it is a week long. It is going to prepare us for the NT research event. And you do not need fire type team on your team for this event. On NT research week, however, it is beneficial for you to have fire type Pokemon helpers on your team. But for this one, that is not the case. It is simply to help you find some fire type Pokemon so that you can be prepared for the upcoming NT event. So there is also the mini candy boost that will help you level up the newly found Pokemon that you got. Although I don't recommend using it once you're around like level 30 because it just plateaus off and the resources required just doesn't make sense for that. And in addition, one Pokemon that visits during the research will for sure be hungry, but this is only once a day. So now that I remember that, I'm probably not going to do my naps this week, and I'm going to just leave it for my long sleep session. That way we can record it together in the morning. And on top of that, you can get great rewards such as the Vulpix incense, because this event is also the release of Vulpix and Ninetales, which is super exciting. So that is the reminder for our fire type week. And let me pick up my sleep points real quick. Actually, I should have probably just switched campsites. I am going to go back to Topalo. So yeah, Topalo this week, and then got a cookie, so that's great. It's like as if I got a free one this morning for using it on the Charmander. Also, I have 2 more sleep styles to go before I finally get that sub-skill seed, which I'm going to hoard for a while until I find something that I really want to use it on. So we raised our area bonus, which is really great. After this week, it'll go up to 35. And Entei Research Week is going to take place in Greengrass Isle for 2 weeks. So we're not going to go back to Greengrass until that time comes because I don't want to get sick of Greengrass Island. So I hit a personal best. I finished at Master 6. Previously, my highest at Topalo was Master 4. So very happy about that. And I got an A, which is good. And back we go to Topalo. Oh, there's a new sound, which I won't be able to listen to until later today. Let's see, what does it want this week? Desserts and drinks, that's really good. It's actually the best team that I have. And remember, before you want to swap out your team, you want to pick up everything, or else you are going to lose all those items. I'm trying to raise my Riolu into a Lucario. Also, I don't know about you guys, but have you noticed a decrease in the amount of ingredients produced from your Pokemon? I feel like after the big maintenance happened, I've noticed I haven't been able to gather ingredients as well as I used to. And I don't know if it's just me, but my Pokemon are like above level 30 and all that, so it's very weird. Let's see if there's anything I can cook. So I can make the Jigglypuff fruit flan, but I don't have enough pot space for that. So my go-to right now is the Lovely Kiss smoothie, but I'm going to have to see what other best option I have. Like, what is the best desserts that scale quickly for the levels? And last week I was able to unlock a new recipe. I unlocked green grass salad on Sunday. So that was really great. I have one more salad to unlock, and that is the one that requires the slowpoke tail. So going to take a while. I have all the desserts unlocked, so that is great. And this will boost us up to, let us see, Basic 3. Alright, and now we shall swap out our team. And this is what I use for dessert week. None of the favorite berries, so that is an issue. But fire type is not required for this event on your team, so it's fine. Okay, we'll switch it out. And we will continue with our dailies. So let's see what we have. So we could pick up the Vulpix incense, which is great. So I'll probably use that tonight, and then we'll see tomorrow morning whether or not we are lucky. Oh, and we just got a little look at what the fire type candy looks like. So icon wise, a tad tinier than the Pokemon candies that are available. As you can see, the Vulpix candy there. The fire type candies are a little smaller. And let's see, is there any new news? No, there isn't. So let's go to the research community tab and see what everyone caught. So a couple of videos ago, I was distracted because I was looking at my window and I saw huge birds. And I was like, I've never seen those birds before. I don't know if that's what an eagle looks like in real life, but I didn't think of it, much of it, after that happened. And then a couple of days ago, when I was sitting on my sofa, I decided to look outside to just admire the view. And then I saw one big bird swoop in, and I got a really good view of it. And I was like, holy shit, the wingspan of that bird, insane. I've never seen anything like it. And then I saw another one swoop in, and they were flying together. I think they're lovers, because the first time I saw them, they were like flying like this in the air. And then the second time, they were just like flying side by side, chasing each other. And my boyfriend tells me that it might be turkey vultures that I'm seeing, because it's a common flight path here. I love when I see portraits and there's like more than one Pokemon in the background. And I feel like with Steelix, I don't know if I've actually ever seen a Steelix, but with Steelix, because it's so big, it kind of has to pan out, you know, the camera. So it gets like more Pokemon in the background, and it's so cute. Oops, I went through that quickly, but Ember Sleep Vulpix, it is just so cute. I haven't seen a Ghastly either during my week at Topolo. Aww, a Ditto Sleep Charmander. It's actually been a very long time since I myself have encountered a Ditto. And doesn't Typhlosion kind of remind you like of the early 1990s breakdancers with their baggy pants and, you know, that stance especially? That's what I think of every time I look at Typhlosion. Standing like that, being bipedal and everything. Alright, so I have been really enjoying A Sign of Affection. I did not expect myself to enjoy it as much as I do. I finished volume 8 last night before going to bed, and it's just so good. As you guys know, I'm a freaking sucker when it comes to things romance. And I just love the character progression, the depth of the story. So this is not spoiler, but the girl is deaf. So there's a lot of barriers when it comes to that, especially because it's not a visible disability. So it's hard to tell when a deaf person needs help, because, you know, you might not notice that they are deaf to begin with. So you see how she navigates that through life. But what I truly love about it, for being a romance anime that is focused on the women lead, is that the girls in these animes are bold. They're go-getters. Like, they'll get what they want, you know? Not really typical of your like stereotypical meek, shy, fragile. Although she is like shy, but she's shy, but she's bold, you know? Like, she doesn't let her shyness get in the way of her. But yeah, like, I think when you typically think of female leads for romance characters, you think of like, you know, not really the ones that take the first step. They're always the ones being courted and chased after by like 5 different guys, 5 different good looking guys. But I love that the women in A Sign of Affection, like, they go for it, you know? And it's such a great example to see, because I think that women also should make the first move sometimes. Because if you don't, you know, how will you ever know? Sometimes you just gotta grab life by the horns. And rejection is okay. I feel like Rejection is never a bad thing. If anything, it builds your resilience. And the more you get rejected, the more it'll just be like whatever to you. And I get it. It's like so intimidating, so daunting. Rejection in every sort of form, whether that be like friendship, relationships, family, getting a job, you know, doing job interviews and all that. But if it wasn't meant to be, then it's just not meant to be, right? You can't really cry over spilled milk. But yeah, A Sign of Affection, freaking love it. And I can't wait to watch the anime. I'm trying to finish the manga before I watch the anime. But I don't know, maybe I'll try to see where the anime ends so I can tell whether or not I've already reached that point or past that point in the manga, because I really want to watch it. But I have seen some clips, and what I can say is that I feel like when it comes to shoujo manga, it's hard to translate that into anime. Because when I'm looking at the characters in A Sign of Affection, they're drawn so beautifully, the expression is there, it captures the essence of the character very well, especially just the way they're drawn. And when I see clips of the anime, I'm like, oh my god, it just does not do it justice. Like, these characters just are way more beautiful and come to life way better on paper than they do on screen, and it's kind of a shame, but yeah, it's just the way it is. I don't know, maybe it's just the art style that just doesn't really translate well over into anime. Like Kimi ni Todoke, very consistent when it comes to the art style from the manga that got translated to the anime. And I feel like mangas that do very well when it comes to being translated over to anime would be like fantasy and action. Like Frieren, the character designs and everything are pretty much consistent with what you see in the anime versus in the manga, which I really appreciate. Always though, I feel that the manga is always going to be better, but I don't know, I'm just so disappointed that for A Sign of Affection, the anime just doesn't look exactly like what I would like it to look like, you know? It kind of just looks like there wasn't much production put into it, which is such a shame because it's such a beautiful story. And there's another romance one that I'm really itching to read. I think it's called Loving Yamada-kun at level 999 or something like that. And supposedly it's like a pretty good romance anime. So I'm really excited to pick that up once I'm done with A Sign of Affection, once I'm caught up with A Sign of Affection. But that's pretty much what I've been doing during the weekend, getting a lot of reading in, and it's been so much fun just squealing like a schoolgirl and kicking my feet. But if you guys are into horror movies, last evening, my boyfriend and his family, we watched the Late Night Show, I think it's called, and I loved it. I really, really like it when media puts a spin on like old school radio, television from like the 80s, you know, because I find there's just something so eerie about that time when portrayed in horror. There's this channel called NightMind, and there's some like internet anomalies, ALGs that he goes over, and it's always this stuff that is from like the 80s and the 80s inspired stuff that spooks me out the most. There's something about like the voices that the people used back then, like that transatlantic voice, and just the way that the things were televised back then is just so uncanny and so eerie. So that movie, super good, highly recommend it. Definitely watch it and keep your eyes out, because if you're not looking, you're going to easily miss like a little, you know, some of the Easter eggs that are laid out there, which are really great. So it also makes for a great second viewing as well. I wouldn't say it's anything jump scare, which I enjoy and I appreciate. You can just truly appreciate on the premise and story of the movie. So if you guys are into horror, I think this is one of the greatest horrors I've seen in quite some time, other than Hereditary. Is Midsummer a horror? I don't know, but Midsummer is pretty scary too. Midsummer, Hereditary, I really enjoyed those, but the late night show, I think that's what it's called. I might be saying it wrong. Sorry. I'll be like plastering posters here and there, but that, super great. Go watch it. And yeah, the next movie I want to watch, it's not a horror or anything. It's called Challengers. It's the one with Zendaya in it, and there's tennis, and I'm sure you guys have seen some scenes. I love the dancing scene of her just like dancing in that blue dress. Great scene. But yeah, I do not know much of it. I've seen some clips. I know there's like 2 guys, a girl, tennis, but we will see. So can't wait to watch that. And happy Monday, by the way. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video, joining me on this lovely Monday. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Join us in the Discord if you haven't yet to get your friends list filled. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.